Welcome back to Mystery Mondays, the Monday Mystery Show for more Seeking Island. And that text crawl before I start the recording keeps getting longer and longer. It's not a what happened last time crawl. It's a here's everything that's happened so far. It adds a new paragraph, if you want to call it a paragraph, for every what. Does that always zip like that? No, just the first time in the day, or okay, I didn't. It still says time is paused. It adds a new paragraph for every puzzle piece you solve. Speaking of which, I've only got one puzzle piece left to solve right now. I have to unlock new puzzle pieces before I can solve them. I don't have the cause of death yet, but we got a thing about the cause of death, right? That was we ended the last episode. Was we got a call? He was like, "It wasn't from the fall, Jack. It wasn't from the fall. The fall didn't kill him." So we gotta figure out what the cause of death is, I guess. Strangulation. I already know this, right? He had a strangling marks on his neck, and this chain was ripped off of him. See, you'd think it might have been from the scuffle, but she scratched him in the face and then pushed him on the wheelchair. She didn't she had no reason to grab his necklace.
Has your investigation reached such a laborious
It's a new,
point that
hey,
you have to
you can't use
tyrannize
this
people
line
like
now.
this?
It's a new day.
Excuse me, I am
Never mind, I am
distracted.
distracted. I'm supposed to be asking, why are you still on this heliport? Has the day, I was asleep in my bed, 6/9. Yeah, it's the next day. A day has passed, and you're still just standing here on this heliport. Why? What is your problem? Are you up to something? Did you see my guy when he arrived? I guess he went straight to the beach because he had to pick up. All right, where's everybody else? Everybody else seems to have moved. Oh no, there's scroll bars on these. I didn't realize that. Let's start with... I didn't mean to come back out here. Where'd he go? That guy disappeared. Did you hear me talking shit about him? He had to leave. Looks like everybody's going to be congregating down to the lower floors for now. So let's run them, and then we can check our magic stalking computer to sweep up everybody else through the kitchen first, because we know that one person was in the kitchen. We don't know that anybody's going to be in the dining rooms. How do I get to the kitchen again? This isn't a kitchen, Jack. It's a bar. Is this the way to the kitchen? Yes. Okay. What was that all about? Oh, there's steam coming up out of this floor. This floor is broken. I don't think this floor was broken last night. It appears that this tower is falling to pieces. I think we should all get out. Hey.
Mr. Norm, what a surprise. I'm here, so make the most of it.
Did you know
The
that there's
opportunity to question
smoke
me.
coming out of the
Excuse
floor?
me, I am distracted.
No, we're not
I
going
have
to
what I
talk
need.
about this.
See you later.
Okay. What about you?
What else can I do you for, Inspector?
Excuse me.
Well,
I am
it's 8
distracted.
a.m., so
I have
you
what I
shouldn't be
need.
this
See you
drunk.
later.
First of all, you need to lay off the sauce at 8 a.m. And you should be telling him the same thing. Okay, I guess let's look where everybody else is. It looks like they went back to the same places they were yesterday. Okay, there is people in the dining room. Bayan is in the dining room for some reason. Do they come here to eat breakfast? I thought they only ate fish because they're fishermen. Dining room it is then. It was this way.
The ocean has covered the whole
Whoa.
island.
All right, I guess that's why we haven't left. Nobody's left. So wait, the whole island is sinking? Okay. I guess that
Lost everything,
means
my
I don't have to walk all the way to their
No
house again.
No more boat. I should never have let them construct this tower.
Wait, why did your boat?
All
What
this
happened to your boat?
because of It was too heavy for our island. I betrayed the earth and my ancestors, daughter. Baina, leave these stones alone. All this doesn't bother you?
But what are you doing here with your daughter, Colio? What happened to you?
Did you not hear the hurricane? Mother Nature is furious, Jack Norm. She is
So it's not a
very
sinking, that's
angry.
just it's a
Everything
storm.
that I own has been taken back by the water tonight. My house,
Or is it
my
sad?
boat.
I don't know.
I have
The
nothing
whole
left.
island sinking.
Sorry for you, Colio, but bloody hell. How did you get out?
I had a tough time convincing Baina to leave our house. Our house, Jack
It wasn't
Norm.
much of a
It
house.
flew away because of the wind. And what
Yeah,
was left
it
was
wouldn't
taken
have
by
if
the
it was
water
much of
in
a
one
house.
single wave. It's awful. Sagora was swallowed by the sea. My ancestors must have cursed me. You know, Jack Norm, we were very lucky to be able to make it to the tower. Lorenzo offered
Your
us his
ancestors let you get to the tower? That seems awfully nice of them.
Yes, I have a brother in Saleh. He will welcome us when we leave Sagora.
All right. I guess I have questions, perhaps.
Excuse me, I am distracted. I have
Start
what I
with the
need.
one that won't
See you
answer
later.
any of them. Okay. Will you answer any
Sagora
questions?
is eroded by water. I will not see Sagora any more as I did before. This is a great unhappiness, Jack Norm. The gods are, without a doubt, terribly angry.
Has the water level already
You didn't have
risen
to
like
stand
this
up
in the
to say
past?
that.
The sea was always hungry, Jack Norm. And each year Sagora has had to leave it a little rock and sand. But today, the sea has become a huge glutton, and things are going much too fast.
Excuse me, I am distracted. I have what I need. See you later.
This storm is horrible. One has to hope that the water doesn't rise more, Inspector. Do you want something from me?
So the island's not sinking, the water's coming up. I'm happy with that. I'm still not sure. Is the whole island sinking? I'm never gonna get a peaceful night's sleep until I
We're in a
know
sensitive zone here. The people learn to
if
protect
this game is
themselves
about
from
the whole
nature's fury, but
island
now
sinking,
it's
or
taking on
just
very
part of the
disquieting
island sinking,
proportions.
Excuse me, I am distracted.
or if the water
I have what I
level's
need.
just
See you
rising.
later.
Was that everybody in the dining room? It doesn't look like I have anything to talk to anybody about, really. We could go up to Christina and Marco's suite. Then after that, I guess we gotta look around for physical clues and such.
I need a key.
Oh, it was the wrong one.
I need a key.
No. She must be sleeping then. Or she moved. Nope. And it does say exactly where I was right the first time, floor 14. Must be sleeping. Alright, we can't take lounge 1 because it's... Wait, did we see Lorenzo? He's up in his studio. We should talk to him. This is kind of his problem. Or his fault. His responsibility. He should take responsibility. The tower's sinking. The tower's not only sinking, it's also falling apart. I can't ever remember which one's Lorenzo's. Is it this one? No. Wait, I thought you were... Let's talk to him too. Lawyer man might know what to do.
I just got a fax for you.
Oh, cool. I love faxes.
Thanks, Noland. Mr. Noland, this rogatory commission henceforth gives me all the powers attached to an official investigator of this case.
Okay.
I would like you to pass on this information to everyone on this island. Apart from that, I need a key card that gives me access to all
right,
the
so I
rooms
have-
of this tower.
I have
without
permission
any
now.
exceptions.
From now on, you're the boss, Inspector. But for the key card, you'll have to ask Lorenzo. He's the one responsible for that.
I don't know why there's an exclamation point on that. He didn't deliver with an exclamation point. Where are you going? So now nobody can yell at me for rifling through their stuff, huh? Is that right? Okay, well, so they closed the island off, but now I have to search the tower in excruciating detail. Well, what did I just... Oh, a puzzle piece. There was a puzzle piece in that drawer. Do I have... Don't have anywhere near the clues I need for that. Okay. Anything else? Anything else on your desk I should know about? Just that puzzle piece? I guess just the puzzle piece. Now I'm gonna look at your books I was so curious about yesterday.
Books on very different subjects. In English, in German, in French. There's a Spanish one here. It's strange for someone as organized as Walter
I
Jones.
think I clicked the wrong shelf. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, I can look at... Okay, I guess I'll pull all of them out. Just checking for secret compartments and secret doors. Don't mind me. We can't pull these ones out. We don't think it's an international law book. If I was gonna hide a secret door, it would. We don't think it's on the top shelf. Okay, well, I can't. Do I have to pull them out in a specific order or something? I can't pull out more than one. Guess I'll have to worry about that later. How about your bedroom? Perfect. What? What? Oh, this is Walter Jones's office. I thought this was his bedroom or something the whole time.
Not bad, Mr. Jones.
It's less surprising, but it's probably worse, I guess, having a big picture of yourself in your own office like that. Not behind your desk. If I was going to have a big picture of myself in my own office, it would be behind my desk so that
for the entire Jones family.
so that people see me looking over me while I'm looking over them.
Strange, these drawers are closed and there's no obvious keyhole.
There's an obvious button. Worry about that later. There's a lot of later that we're going to be worrying about. I think I might have been able to search more of Nolan's drawers if I closed the one that I opened. We got to check these for fingerprints. Not now. Maybe later. If there's something to do with oh god.
The caliber of this ammunition is not the same as that of the bullet that was found in Walter Jones's body.
Oh, there was a bullet in his body. Did he say that? I just
The
wasn't
caliber
listening.
of this ammunition is not the same as that of the bullet that was found
He
in
was
Walter
shot.
Jones's
Okay.
body.
Well, the cause of death was shooting.
The caliber of this ammunition is
or
not the same as that of the bullet that was found in Walter Jones's body.
all right, do I have a message about that somewhere? Clues database. Conciliation before placement under psychiatric evaluation. About Sonia and Billy. Okay, I'm not worried about that right now. Here, autopsy report. Okay, he was shot through the heart. Oh, this is long. Okay. I'm looking for the bullet.
Walter Jones was certainly murdered. The bullet in the middle of his chest didn't leave him a chance. So he was still alive after his fall from the edge. It's the impact of the bullet that made him fall lower down.
Was that a metaphorical fall? That's and this. What is this picture? Not only having a picture of yourself hanging in your office, but it's like this. This is like he got surprised when he was pulling up his pants after he took a shit. He took a big shit, so he didn't realize the door wasn't locked. Somebody walked in on him. He's like, I was just about to wash my hands. I promise. I forgot already what.
The caliber of this ammunition is not
I can't see which. I can't see what.
Found in Walter Jones's body.
Okay. I can't see what caliber I'm clicking on before I click on it anyway.
This box of cartridges of the 270 Winchester Short Magnum is open, and it is missing cartridges. 7.03 millimeter caliber. Just like the bullet that killed Jones. I only have to find the weapon that could have shot this bullet.
Check these then, I guess.
It's not 270 caliber Winchester.
Oh, this one is.
A 270 caliber Winchester Short Magnum.
Are there multiple? There are multiple.
Here, one more 270 Winchester. It's getting complicated.
I'm gonna have to check the rifling.
Walter Jones really took care of his weapons.
Rag. Okay. The rag isn't a clue. It's just something I took. For me. It's for me.
The ocean has covered the whole island.
This window's open. Close it. Is it not open? Is it just the design? It looks like one of those windows that folds. I guess it's just... This doesn't look like it folds. You know, folds in just a little bit so you can let the air in. Obviously, you wouldn't have a window that opens all the way this high up. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I check for fingerprints? I always take an opportunity to check for fingerprints so I don't have to run up here later. Anything else over here I should know about? If there is, I'll find out about it in about 3 hours worth of game time. Damn it, I should have looked at this. That's a weird bedroom you got, Nolan. Let's check your desk again. Okay, close this drawer. Now I can... There we go. There we go. Documents plenty. I'm going to read those. We can work on those later. Let's see. This one only needs one clue, and we've got it. What was the cause of death? A bullet. What time is it? D. A document. The autopsy, then. Look at that,
What are the
row.
causes of
there's
Walter
there's
Jones's
more
death?
Puzzle pieces of the second row than the first row and bottom rows. First and bottom rows both have 4 pieces. Middle row had more than 4 pieces. Oh, he didn't. Wait. Okay, he fell some more. And then somebody shot him.
Walter Jones is dead
Okay,
from a
there
bullet
you go.
in the back that perforated his right lung.
if they were trying to make it look like an accident, they didn't do a good job. They should have gone up and smashed him with something in the head.
Hi, Reeves. The case is clear. Walter Jones was actually
Probably
shot.
would have been an easier
The
thing to
bullet
do.
went through his chest. We've got a murder on our hands, and I think that little Baina has nothing to do with any of this.
I read the forensics report too, Jack. In my opinion, you should concentrate on the attorney. He was at the scene of the crime too, and he hasn't spit anything out yet. He's tough, this guy. Okay, good luck, Jack.
Things are now simple. There's a murder. It's sufficient to find the murderer.
The vantage point from that fantasy recreation seemed like it was Lorenzo. Did we unlock more puzzle pieces? An automatic saved game has been made. Wow. We did unlock more pieces. Where was the shot
I have to find
fired
the spot from which the murderer pulled his trigger. This will inform me about him.
And what was the cry weapon?
Various weapons could have shot a bullet of that caliber. It's not obvious which one is the arm used in the crime.
Do I have all the clues for that one? No. There's only 3 of them. I need 2 more. What about this one? It's 4 of these. Time to do some more snooping. Snooping on everybody. Lorenzo's still at his study, I guess.
I warn you, the rules have changed. I am the inspector officially in charge of the investigation of the murder of Walter Jones, and I therefore have all powers at my disposal to bring this investigation to a close.
Is he going to say that to everybody?
The autopsy is categorical. Walter Jones died from a bullet wound in his back, and not as a result of his fall from the Tortoise Belvedere. With all the doubts stemming from the circumstances, Baina has nothing to do with the death. Nevertheless, I would love to have your point of view on this.
I'm extremely surprised by what you're telling me, Inspector.
What do you mean?
This means Baina couldn't have killed him by throwing him down from the top of the cliff.
No, and she
But
didn't
you will
shot him
admit,
either.
nothing
She didn't
proves
shoot him,
that
if
she
that's what
didn't
you think.
finish off poor Walter with
What do
a
you mean?
shot. And her father, old Colio, could very well have helped her.
What were you doing at the hour of the crime, around 11 p.m.?
With all due respect, Inspector, let me remind you that I have already explained myself to you.
Noland, I know now that you were doing some smooth talking by letting me believe that you knew nothing about Walter Jones' plans for his estate. I don't like your making fun of me, Noland.
I acknowledge
Angry
that I
face.
didn't tell you everything that I knew about Walter's feelings for his grandchildren, or for his plans for his estate. But you should know that I never advised Walter to go in this direction.
Well,
I have a
just
certain
asked if
sense
it was
of
your,
family,
if it was
Inspector.
your advisement.
This letter dates back a while. Walter was still confiding in me at that time.
He stopped? Why did he
If
stop?
the heirs had thought of inheriting, it seems they're off to a rather rocky start. What do you think?
I'll be frank with you, Inspector. Walter Jones was a man I esteemed and respected.
Why?
But that
Have you
Walter
been in his
Jones of
office?
whom I speak disappeared long before his death.
Yeah,
The truth is,
I'm guessing that before he took that
lost
picture
all
too.
sense of reality after his terrible accident.
No, he was standing in that picture. Maybe that's why his pose was so weird, because he was handicapped, but he made someone stand him up, and they were holding him up with wires.
Walter Jones became a predator, obsessed by the idea that his own heirs wanted to deprive him of his fortune. He turned into an ogre toward his own descendants. He did all the dirty things one can imagine. He stopped short of nothing to hurt them. And his last act was to manipulate them, to stop them from putting him legally under psychiatric care, by making them believe that they'd inherit from him. I knew that no will existed in their favor, but what could I have done? You should know, Inspector,
Maybe you could have talked
that
to them.
Jones
seem
considered
to be good
Sonia
at talking
and Billy
a lot.
to be a pair of good-for-nothings. And if
Yeah,
he believed
Billy is
briefly
definitely
in
a good for
Marco,
nothing. I don't know about
in the
Sonia.
end, he concluded that the latter was a failure too, because he refused to break off with Christina, whom Walter believed to be an unscrupulous gold digger.
Did Walter Jones wear this chain around his neck?
No doubt about it. This one looks a lot like it.
This family photo is very touching.
What is that?
I imagine that you learned to shoot because you have a gun in your hands?
Now, this photo was taken in Tanzania. That year, I was very much part of the hunting party, even though I never liked to shoot animals. At the time, Walter loved taking his grandchildren on safari. He maintained that it contributed to their
Which
education.
one shot the bull? What is that? It's massive.
Do you know if Walter Jones was wearing something around his neck on the night of his death?
That evening, I have to admit I didn't pay attention, Inspector. But he usually wore a sort of chain around his neck.
I've got that chain. I asked you about it already.
Are there firearms somewhere in this tower?
I recommend that you return to the office of Walter Jones, Inspector.
I already looked through his guns.
Walter loved guns. In his youth, he was a passionate hunter, doubling
He's
as a
got
crack
two
shot.
potential guns. Maybe I could fingerprint the gun now that I know
Did
which
you hear a
ones
gunshot
are
around
potential.
11 p.m.?
I already told you that the storm was really violent at that time. An incredible racket. I don't see how I could have heard a gunshot.
Sure, I see.
All right, fine. Collected declarations. Don't mind me. Let's check if we could fingerprint those guns. Although with that rag there and everything, I assume, anybody who used one of these guns would have wiped their fingerprints off. But maybe they're stupid. Who knows?
Here, one more 270 Winchester.
Never mind.
It's getting complicated.
That's not one more. That's the first one I looked at. No, we could just look at it. We can look at the guns with our graphite powder in our hands. All right, up to Lorenzo's office. Then need to get us a key so we could snoop on everybody. Everybody's getting snooped on. I'm leaving no stone unsnooped. Oh, he's got his name right outside the door. That's helpful. What are you doing? Hiding evidence? I'm on an investigation now.
Lorenzo, I got the Rogatory Commission along with all the powers that go with it. And I need a key card that opens all the doors in this tower.
No problem. Here, take this.
Here you go.
It belongs to an employee who had access to all the rooms in the tower. And then, find the guilty party as fast as you can, Inspector.
Thanks, Lorenzo.
That's awfully suspicious. Okay, now I shouldn't say I need a key anymore. I should say I got a key. Walteef Domho, former staff member from that staffing agency that everybody got fired. One of them. I'm guessing none of those people are ever gonna end up in this game. They're just clues.
The Tower of Segura is in distress.
Yeah.
Help, please respond. The Segura Tower is in distress. Help, please respond. The Segura Tower is in distress. Help, respond. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
The hurricane must have damaged the radio connections.
Oh, well, that's not
the
good.
rescuers must be overwhelmed.
Oh my God, it has been 2 hours I've been shrieking into this goddamn transmitter, and I'm not picking anything up. Hey,
I was shrieking into this goddamn transmitter.
I think I found something.
Have you been shrieking this morning too,
Segura
Lorenzo?
Tower is in distress.
You and
Help,
Billy?
please respond. This is Lorenzo Battaglieri.
Captain Clams here from Sale Base to the Tower of
Captain
Segura.
Clams.
I receive you. Do you hear me?
The
No,
Tower of
I can't hear
Segura
you.
here.
What are you saying?
I'm Lorenzo Battaglieri, and I receive you. I'm asking for the immediate evacuation. We're blocked in the tower. It's threatening to collapse at any moment.
You're the only one that
Sale
seems
Base to
concerned
Segura
about that.
Tower. Message received. Are there any injured? Do you
Yeah,
have
there's
supplies?
a dead. I guess they
How
got him
long do you
already.
think the tower can hold?
Segura Tower to Sally Base. No one injured. One woman ill and in need of medical attention.
Who's sick? Is that
We
Christina?
have enough water and
She wouldn't let
supplies.
me in her room, but I've got the.
I think
I've
the
got the
tower
key now.
won't survive another storm,
I can
Captain.
go and stand over her.
Captain Clams from Sale
While she
Base to
sleeps.
Segura Tower. Your message
and
is
breathe
received.
heavily.
Your condition is not urgent. Our 3 speedboats are 2 days by sea from Segura. They're busy evacuating the injured and those in danger of death by order of priority. Our only helicopter is grounded due to the weather. I cannot promise you anything
I was
for the
talking
moment.
over it. Did he
Over.
just tell the guy that there was no immediate danger? You should have
Hell,
just said that it's
we're
going to
not
come
an
down
urgent
right now.
priority.
The whole
They're
tower's
leaving us to
falling.
figure it
It's
out for
crumbling at this very
ourselves.
moment.
Super.
Just a little lie.
It's normal, Lorenzo. We're in a difficult situation, but it's not hopeless. The Maldivians are far worse off than us. We ought to find an alternative.
What
You're
do you
right.
know about this storm?
I'm thinking of something. But with this awful weather,
What are you thinking of, Lorenzo?
oh, it's just a stupid idea.
Cell phones work still. Okay. I want to ask you some questions. What are you doing? Okay.
From now on, you have to show more cooperation, because I am officially investigating a murder. Did Walter Jones wear this chain around his neck?
I can corroborate that, Norm. It was this chain.
The autopsy is categorical. Walter Jones died from a bullet wound in his back, and not as a result of his fall from the Tortoise Belvedere. With all the doubts stemming from the circumstances, Baena has nothing to do with the death. Nevertheless, I would love to have your point of view on this.
He was saying this the whole time.
That's great news. Baena's cleared of all suspicion.
He saw her and pushed him, though.
It's fully to your credit that you recognized your mistake, Norm.
My mistake.
I imagine that you weren't at all aware of the arm that was used in the crime, Inspector.
What arm? Oh, the firearm?
What were you doing at the hour of the crime, around 11
the arm
p.m.?
Wasn't used in the crime.
But I already
pushed him with
told you,
the
Norm.
arm.
I hated Mr. Jones for what he did to Baena. But despite everything, I'm sorry for the death of the old man, believe me. I remember being surprised by Baena's violence. Even if I could understand that she was taking revenge for Jones's beastly brutality. After his fall, I came out of my hiding place to reassure Baena. I promised her that I would protect her. I was ready to give evidence that the old satyr had assaulted her again, but Baena pushed me away and fled to take refuge in her father's cabin.
What?
At that moment, I confess, I was convinced that she'd intentionally pushed him, that she'd ruminated over taking revenge against Jones, and that if she'd agreed to accompany her torturer on his stroll, it wasn't totally innocent. In fact, I thought maybe she was waiting for a chance to revenge herself. And now, Inspector, you're telling me that Baena is innocent.
You were the one that made
sure
a
that she
mistake.
must detest me for having
I was just checking all the possibilities. You were emotionally attached.
Do you know if Walter Jones was wearing something around his neck on the night of his death?
I remember very well that Mr. Jones always wore his chain around his neck. Why would he have taken it off? It had the key to his room and to his safe hung from it.
Are there firearms somewhere in this tower?
Mr. Jones owned a nice collection of guns and rifles in his office.
Are there more firearms?
And one can say that he was, in this domain, an enlightened amateur.
So he thought he was a big shot, but he wasn't.
Did you hear a gunshot around 11 p.m.?
The rain was falling, the wind was whistling, lightning
Nobody's
was
gonna
illuminating
say yes
the sky,
to this. I'm gonna have to ask every single person, though.
What else would you have liked me to hear, Inspector?
A gunshot.
I understand.
Preferably, and you would have known where it came from. All right, well, that's another episode of Mystery Mondays in the bag for Siki Island. See you next week when we get super sleuthin', super sleuthin' on Siki Island. See you then.